you doing? I'm Tim Carter from AskTheBuilder.com. Tell me this isn't a sweet looking machine. Do you see what it does? Yeah, it blows snow. That's what they're called, snowblowers. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about snowblowers, and more than anything, the differences between them when you go shopping for one, because you know what? You can get confused really quickly. So let me show you something here really quickly. Look at this one. So this snowblower here looks a lot like this snowblower here. You know, it's the same color, it's the same company that's selling it. They look almost identical, but you know what? There's some pretty big differences. Here's the one thing you need to see right away. Look at how wide they are. This particular one, it's 26 inches. This machine over here, it's only 24 inches, you know, from here to here. Not much of a difference, but you know what? It may take a little bit more effort for you to turn the larger one. And they even come bigger than 26 inches. Now, another thing you want to look at is how do you control the chute where the snow comes out of? That's really important. Now look at this one. Once again, imagine you're at the store. Both of these look identical, but there are vast differences how you control parts of the machine. On this particular model, I can make the snow go to the left, straight, or to the right by cranking this handle. All right, so that's not bad. But if I want the snow to go up straight or down lower, I have to come out here and I have to kind of undo that little handle, and then I have to rotate this chute by hand. Well, you may not want to do it that way. Look at this one. This particular machine, everything's up here, very near your hands, your controls, much closer, and I can make the chute go left or right by simply rotating this like a joystick left or right. And look at this, with just my hand, I can make the chute go up or down while I'm standing behind the machine. That's pretty important, you know, from a control aspect. You got to think about that when you go to buy your snowblower. Finally, pay attention to the size of the engine. You know, the bigger the engine, the more power, the more it's going to be able to handle heavier snow. And of course, when you look at the engines, you know, they'll tell you, they used to tell you horsepower. They've kind of gotten away from that. Now they tell you how big the engine is. The engine on this one is 208 cubic centimeters of displacement, and the engine on this one says 179 cubic centimeters. So no doubt this is a smaller engine, not going to produce enough power as the bigger one. Here's the last thing. How does the snowblower work? Okay, come here, come around here a second. I want to show you something. Okay, here, I'll show you. So the way these snowblowers work, and notice it's not on, you never want to put your hands down here when the thing's turning because you'll get your hands cut off. This is called a dual stage or two-stage snowblower. Here's why. These augers work, and they're curved in such a way that they cut into the snow and they feed it back into the machine here. And back deep in here, I don't want to put my hand there, it's really dangerous. I don't know if you can see this. Now these augers turn kind of slow. They're not really fast. But back here is this high-speed impeller that's a lot like a, oh, I don't know, it's just like a paddle. Yeah, it's just like a paddle on an old paddle boat. And that bad boy, it really spins fast. And think how fast it's got to be able to spin to be able to handle all this snow out here into that small area. And it shoots that snow out there, and it can shoot it 20, 30, 40 feet sometimes. But look at this machine. Come here. Here's a cute little snowblower. Same thing, kind of a snowblower. But guess what? It's a single stage. It only has one way that it actually takes care of the snow. This particular machine, it's got an auger like you see, but it feeds the snow back, and then as the auger spins, it just spins around, and this part of the auger throws the snow up into here. So you can see how this one works. But imagine that spinning around very quickly, And that's the only part of the machine that throws the snow. So that's a single stage. So keep that in mind. And typically you're going to find that the dual stage machines have a lot more power, can throw a lot more snow, would do a lot more work. So it's really that simple. That's how snowblowers work. And I highly recommend that you talk to some friends or neighbors that have one. Maybe even rent one if that's possible, just to see how they feel. But here's the best part. Most of these bigger ones that are gas powered, they're all self-propelled. They've got different gears and transmissions. It's easy to operate. You just kind of walk behind it. It's like a self-propelled lawnmower. Hardly any effort at all. And make sure you get one that's got electric start, where you actually can just push a button if you want to. After you've plugged it into an extension cord, they're going to work really great. I'm Tim Carter for Ask the Builder, and one last thing, make sure when you get one of these things, read the safety instructions. Really, really important. I'm Tim Carter, Ask the Builder. If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to askthebuilder.com.